This video brought to you by QuestMode. QuestMode is a way to earn free Twitch subscriptions as well as earn yourself cash prizes just by playing free mobile games. If you want to help participate in QuestMode, you can click the link down in the description. And don't forget, if you top our monthly leaderboard for the month of May, you will earn yourself a Nintendo Switch. Incon here, coming at you with a Smite weekly update, guys. We had a lot of stuff go down this week, so let's jump right into it. In our eSports update of the week, guys, we saw Rival taking down Dukesloth and taking first place in the Spring Smite Masters LAN, coming back from a 3-1 deficit. This was the first ever best of 7 in Smite, taking that series all the way back to win 4-3 for Europe, guys. So that means Rival got first place. Dukesloth got second place. Space Station Gaming getting third place and topping the map for North America. Fourth place went to E United, with the international teams rounding out the rest of the spots. Quick shout out personally to Black Dragons, who I think played best out of all the international teams. I think they showed the most strength, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play throughout the rest of the year in their future tournaments. Finally, in minor league news, guys, we had Anxiety Onset from North America taking the W. We may not have been able to win the SPL, but we did win the minor league, taking 2-0 over their European enemies. Notable performance by Paul on Hebo, getting Hebo both games. I can't believe they didn't do any ranked research on him, but looking very comfortable on that god, making a lot of plays, as you would expect from him. Next up, guys, we got an update from one of the big men upstairs, Stu, one of the most important people at Hi-Rez Studios, and literally a very tall man, very big in stature, giving us some information on the popularity of certain Smite game modes. You can see here that the Arena queue, by far the most popular queue, followed by Joust 3v3 and then regular Conquest. All the way down, you can see the popularity of certain game modes. Notably, you can see Conquest ranked here, guys, below Assault and Clash. This is actually a big shout out to why maybe Conquest ranked matchmaking isn't as strong as you would hoped it to be, because there is certainly not as many members playing Conquest ranked as there are other game modes. In that retrospect, you would assume that actually the Arena queue probably has the best matchmaking, because it's going to have the most people playing at any given time. So the matchmaking system is going to be able to give you the best possible matches. On that same note, guys, we also got a little bit of information this week as well from Stu, saying that while not confirmed, they are considering for the next season the potential of removing either Clash or Siege or both. Both of these game modes were meant to be introductions to Conquest, and both have kind of become their own game modes with their own popularity, and the players are not necessarily transitioning from Clash or Siege into Conquest, but more so staying within Clash and Siege and enjoying those game modes. Let me know down in the comments, do you think it's a good idea to get rid of Siege and Clash in order to bring more players into other game modes? Or do you think that getting rid of those game modes is simply just going to make those players just stop playing the game in its entirety? Speaking of Stu and matchmaking, we also got an update about the new matchmaking system that Hi-Rez has been testing out. For those that don't know, basically over the last, as they say, 7 weeks, they've been running experiments in certain matchmaking queues at certain times, testing out a new matchmaking algorithm. The highlights from this, guys, is that the system is actually better than the current system for the majority of Smite players, finding them better matches quicker than the current system. The problem is that it's actually even a worse system of matchmaking for the players at the top percent of the game. Think about your, diamond level plus ranked players. These are the players that, as Stu has pointed out, complain the most about matchmaking And this new system that they have been testing out has been giving those players worse matches than the current matchmaking system. Because of that, they're going to continue to test the system, they're going to continue to tweak the system, and hopefully be able to fix that top percentage group that was getting worse matches within this queue. So hopefully everybody can get those better matches, faster matches, and improve the matchmaking for Smite overall. In other Smite creator news this week, guys, we got a new video from Dukesloth talking about, is Smite dying, guys? He goes into an analytical view of the numbers of certain YouTubers, of Smite itself, numbers on Steam. It's actually a great look into the facts, and he goes through some analysis and opinions that he personally has. I think it's a great watch, guys. I will link it down in the description. The short news is, no, Smite is not dying, but the long news is it's also not really growing either. Also this week, guys, we had the announcement of SkillShot Media. SkillShot Media is a branch basically within Hi-Rez Studios completely dedicated to esports. They are running out of the new esports office, and we also had a video by them going through the office so you can see the inner workings of the new esports studio, where the players are playing their games, where they relax during their games, a little bit of the production studio backstage. And overall, I think it's a great push from Hi-Rez, and if you've been watching The Land this week, it's really shown in the improvement of their broadcasting powers and schedules and professional ability. I think it's been a huge improvement for Smite Esports, and I'm excited to see how it's going to work in future lands. Also coming up soon, guys, we have the annual Spring Fling. The Spring Fling by Hi-Rez Studios is a charity event, guys, that they do every single year. This year, it is going to be for Make-A-Wish Foundation, guys. It is going to be on May 24th, as you can see. It's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern, guys, and this will be on all of their streaming platforms. Should be on Mixer, YouTube, Twitch, etc., guys, so you'll be able to tune in and watch this event from wherever you want. Also, I mentioned to some of the personalities that are going to be there, guys. Barracuda and Jeff Hinla, the sex tank from Space Station Gaming. Some of Smite's most favorable players, and definitely Smite's most favorable couple, will be there to help promote this good cause, guys, for charity. And as well as Rathan, Bitey, and Faye Razzle. Good fan of Rathan. For those that don't know, he does a Smite series as well on YouTube, a talk show talking about professional play. Me and Weekend actually did his very first episode on that show. Cool guy, doing a lot of good work in the community, and I'm excited to see all of these players here supporting charity and a good cause. Finally, guys, a big change for the Smite and Paladins World Championships, guys. The event will no longer be in January, and it will no longer be a Hi-Rez only event. This year, the expo is going to be November 16th through 18th at DreamHack Atlanta at the Georgia World Congress Center in downtown Atlanta. This means that it will not be an exclusive Smite event. You won't just be there for Smite, Paladins, Hand of the Gods. All of these tournaments will be running along with everything else that is happening at that DreamHack. Everybody needs to know that that date has been moved up a lot. There has been a bit of backlash from the community for various things. International folk that needed more time to book their tickets in order to make it. We also saw quite a bit of students being angry that this is around their finals times before the end of the year. The reason why Hi-Rez is doing this is a couple of things. One, they don't have super regionals anymore. This means that basically during the fall split, if you're a top team, then you're going into basically Worlds as a top team. You don't really have to worry about all of these like in-between lands where you can be the best and still lose, stuff like that. As well as this allows them to get a bigger venue without necessarily needing to go up by themselves. They've said there's going to be more seating for Smite in a way that allows them to still fill up the seats without having to basically rent out something like a stadium that would obviously be too big. So in their heads, this is going to be a much better play in the long term for Smite. It's going to introduce a bigger DreamHack audience to Smite. It's going to allow more people to come and to attend, have better seats, have more seating to attend the event, as well as the other events like Paladins we can see here that will be there as well. What do you guys think about this? Do you like the idea of this being at the DreamHack Atlanta? Does this affect you personally? Are you not going to be able to attend now? Do you think that maybe it's a good idea for the long term, but you wish they would have announced this earlier? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Finally, guys, Hi-Rez Studios has announced a change to their patching schedule. I'm actually super excited about this. Some of you may have noticed that the patch did not come out this last week. That is because they are going on a new path, which is that they are going to try to only release patches when they are ready. No, I'm not trolling, I'm not memeing, I'm not trying to BM. They genuinely came out and said, hey, our patches have not been up to par. They have not been the quality that we would have liked them to be, so we are going to take some extra time to make sure that these patches come out without any big bugs that break anything. They said that they will not necessarily make sure that every single possible outcome is perfect. So they're like, if there's like a little issue, they're going to go ahead and send the patch through. But anything that they would consider a medium or a large bug, they're going to take the time to fix those. That means that there is not a direct patch schedule right now, whether a patch comes out basically right away because there's no problems, whether it takes an extra week, an extra 3 days. That's going to be dependent on how quick the team can figure out the issues and get them solved. This also means that the public test server is going to have a longer play period, so hopefully they will be able to find the bugs quicker, find more of the bugs, and get more things fixed as the players have had a longer time to play on the servers and get them figured out. Personally, in my opinion, I think this is a great idea. I've wanted them to do this for a long time. I know they've been on a very strict patching schedule, as you guys know, basically every single 2 weeks for years now. I'm very excited that they're going to slow it down and say, hey, if we can get it out in 2 weeks without any problems, cool beans. If we can't do it, we're not going to rush it. We're going to take the time and we're going to get everything figured out. Thank you guys for watching the video. This is a new video idea that I've been thinking about for a while. You guys know that I've been adding a lot more content. We've had some virtual reality content, Rainbow Six, Hunt. I'm trying to add more content to my YouTube, guys. I thought that this might be a good mix because obviously the majority of our audience is a Smite audience, and I thought it might be a good way as things are ramping up, as there's more information coming out about different stuff than ever before. I thought it might be a good idea to just give you guys a weekly update, try to condense everything that I can into a quick update. But I would love to know how you guys feel about this. Do you think it's a good idea? Would you like to see this like basically on a weekly basis? Would you like to see different information? Would you like me to do it quicker, slower? Anything that you guys think about it, I would love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for your support. I could not do this without you. Don't forget to check out QuestMode down in the description, guys. They've been very helpful for my community, for the Twitchiest community. It's a great way for you guys to earn cash prizes and free subs to the Twitchiest channel on Twitch. Super quick, super easy. With all the new games out there, you can basically earn a free sub. I got one today in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, got a free sub. That's how easy it is. Thank you guys so much for your support, and as always, have a twitching day, y'all.